Barcelona is a beautiful city to get yourself lost. Scattered throughout, its Gaudi architecture is the closest I've seen to a real-life fairy tale come true. Yet its Gothic Quarter hosts some of the best preserved medieval streets in Europe. This, coupled with a picturesque coastline, year-round weather, and mouth-watering food, make Barcelona a great long weekend getaway. In this video, we'll be guiding you through our time here, places we would recommend, and ultimately how you can get the most from your trip. If you're new here, my wife and I make travel movies from around the world, hoping you might just find your next holiday inspiration. This is Suitcase Monkey, spending 3 full days in Barcelona. Our first full day in the city would be a busy one. We had an early morning wake up so we could begin with La Boqueria Market. Often described as the world's best, this market has dated back to the 1200s. Before we had time to fully explore this space, however, we made a beeline to El Quim. This countertop restaurant was the perfect hot breakfast on a mild November morning. And this omelette in particular was excellent.
Oh my goodness gracious me.
With several flavours bursting with every mouthful. Links for most spots we visit in this video will be linked in the description below, along with our socials, so please follow us for future trips as they happen. Originally starting life as a meat market, its name derives from the Catalan word for goat, boc. Spilling out over 30,000 square feet, its 250 plus traders will offer you everything from local fresh cuisines to international foods. This is a must visit, and I'd advise the early morning wake up to experience before its peak. I apologise for the hyperbole that I'm about to use, but the Sagrada Familia was the most spectacular man-made wonder I've ever seen. Each of these sculptures and carvings tell their own story, and all amount to a work of art. Work began 130 years ago and still continue to this day, making it the only process that lasted longer than Brexit. The man behind this project was the modern architect and visionary Antoni Gaudi. His one-of-a-kind style somehow seems both grounded in nature and physics, but also coming straight out of a fairy tale. And heading inside was the closest thing this atheist has had to having a religious experience. The rest of the day was a case of hopping around from one place to the next. Following a quick lunch just outside Sagrada Familia, we made our way to the Gothic Quarter, a large, mostly pedestrian area perfect for getting lost. Although now filled with trendy bars, restaurants and boutique shops, its history encompasses the oldest parts of Barcelona. It was the end of the 1st century when the city itself was founded by the Romans. The colony was named Barcino, and parts of the original Roman wall can still be seen today. We eventually found ourselves at the coastline. Here you'll find a cable car ride, the famous W Hotel if you really want to spend some money, and of course plenty of bars and restaurants. We rested over a beachside sangria in order to continue ticking off those Spanish to-dos. Not content with just the drink, we found this close-by restaurant and dug into the other Spanish staple. The The word paella actually translates to frying pan and is a mouth-watering mixture of rice, shrimp, prawns and mussels, and this particular dish was about as good as it gets. This is obviously a must-eat dish in Barcelona, and we went to bed after a busy first day. Our hotel was pretty much in the centre of the city, within walking distance to Sagrada Familia, one train ride away from the airport, as well as some good local restaurants for lunch and breakfast. I'll link to the hotel in the description below so you can check it out for yourselves, but for us it was just what we wanted, and I'd certainly recommend it. Our main stop today would be another of Antoni Gaudi's designs. After being initially impressed with his Sagrada Familia, it was Park Güell that turned me into a bit of a fanboy. Originally built as a private residential park in the early 1900s, it became public property soon after. Being outdoors, the architecture felt loose, organic and playful, and is a more unique, enchanting place because of this. This was when I started to associate fairy tales with his designs. Although most of the park space is free to enter, the centre is paid access and based on a time slot entry. The view from here looks out over the city, making one of the picture postcard shots of Barcelona. I plan on doing a separate video specifically covering practical tips for visiting Barcelona, so please subscribe for that, and I'll link the video here once it's completed. The remainder of our day was spent once again meandering around the Gothic Quarter. Whilst doing a bit of window shopping, we stumbled across what would become my favourite lunch spot on this trip. In some random alley, this local bar restaurant felt really authentic and rural. Without an English menu, we somehow managed to order this chorizo cooked right in front of our very eyes. Accompanying this was a rather large serving of mature hard cheese and these portions of bread, lightly soaked in oil and tomato. All three flavours mixed in various combinations were amazing on the palate, and it was great just soaking up the atmosphere. Now full of cheese, we burnt through some calories wandering up and down La Rambla. Stretching over a kilometre, this tree-lined pedestrian street is bursting with markets, live performers, food, souvenir kiosks, and unfortunately, pickpockets. It is a very busy place, now full of tourists, but has been a central hub of activity for centuries. Something we hadn't planned on doing for our last day was to visit Casa Batllo. By now we were top-level Gaudi enthusiasts, and only a 5-minute walk from our hotel, it felt almost rude not to say hello. This was a private building renovated by Gaudi and sits as a showroom for his modernism style. Nowadays, it looks like a set from the wizarding world of Harry Potter, but once again, it was a joy to explore.
Yeah, your heart is a sun, and it shines as it opens.
Where your heart is a sun, and it shines as it opens.
But they haven't just rested on their laurels here. Numerous rooms have had augmented reality added in, literally bringing the house to life. This would either show you what the house would have looked like fully furnished, or highlights its theming.
Why would you look outside yourself when you have all of the world inside?
Why would you look outside yourself when you have all of...
Considering all of this is basically just a house, it is a worthwhile attraction. Although upon exiting, you will feel much shame for all those purchases you made from IKEA. We had only 2 more stops left before our time in Barcelona would be almost over. The Montjuic cable car climbed 750 metres in under 10 minutes, providing great views of the city below. Then for our dramatic finale was the Magic Fountain. With a surprising lack of card tricks, it was a fitting climax to a magical long weekend. If you want information around transport, how to beat the queues, more dining suggestions and money-saving tips, then stick around for our follow-up Barcelona video. And subscribe for more travel inspiration coming this year from London, Japan, Canada and Vietnam. Thanks for watching, Suitcase Monkey.